Yo, yo, yo. All right. So we end up losing in round three to KAZ and fought our way back all the way through the loser's bracket. Now I get a chance of redemption against KAZ in the finals. We're looking forward to these matches. I believe this is a best of five. Let me just check in the Discord. Best of five, right? I'm ready, Kaz. Let's challenge them. So, alright. What do I do against Kaz? My strategy before didn't quite work, taking down their Clint team. But I need to win against it if I'm going to win this best of five. So, I'm going to lead off with this team that I'm comfortable with, Jane Cap Wendell. Kaz chooses to lead with the Clint team. So, against Clint, what do I do? Tazu's a great lead against me. So this Clint team from KAZ is actually one of the reasons why I slotted in Sayla to the team, because I found that Molly was just too much of a threat. I'm threatened by a lullaby here. Escape whip is also kind of annoying. Either way, I think Peck is fine. I'm okay with eating a lullaby. Dropping Kaz's emotional defense here is going to be pretty powerful. So, let's see. Escape whip is definitely an option from Kaz. I don't think unbutton. We know from earlier in the tournament that Grace was at 120, and so that unbutton against my Zale here with no emotional defense will do 48. Not quite a knockout. I think it's fine to just bring in my own Grace though. I choose to switch out. Tazu comes in. Okay, they have a potential decoy here. They have a potential lunch invite. They have a potential firewall. I don't like any of those options. But I think Zale coming back out here, eating that lunch invite. Ideally I can get Zale in on something, on an attack, and not just die to hunger. That way memory locket can actually activate. So I'm just going to shoot off a peck here. I do value getting that emotional defense drop onto Tazu. They kind of read that, went for the decoy. Good move by Kaz. Now, what do I do? And maybe what I need to do is kind of risk my Gloam Locket here on Wendell. I don't think I have a... Actually, I know that Jane is an okay switch here because they don't have an emotional attack. It's decoy, lunch invite, and firewall. Alright, so I do anticipate maybe a switch from them or lunch invite. Either way, I'm okay with the bypass clause here, I think. Yep, lunch invite is what they go for. I can bypass clause here for some damage. From here, I think maybe hand cannon is a fine play. Maybe anticipating them to switch. Grace in. Hand cannon should be pretty good damage on Grace. For sure. Which means now I'm safe to bring in Seele here. I really don't want to eat Lullaby and anything else. Not too worried about Unbutton. Which means I can go for Flicker Glove, takes out Grace here. If they switch out to Kaiban, what do I have for that? Grace, I guess. So maybe Flicker Glove is fine. Yep, they just switch out into Kaiban. I really didn't want to switch in Grace there because I was threatened by the Lullaby. I would rather bring in Grace now, get the initiative drop from stunning, and that allows Jane to be a threat to Kaiban later. Because I'm fairly confident Kaiban has Admire on this team. So KAZ predicting my switch, brings in Grace. I bring in my own Grace, can negate the initiative boost they got earlier from that Unbutton. Which means we are now up against each other. I can unbutton pretty freely here. Okay, KAZ just choosing to heal up their Tazu a little, or their Grace there a little bit. Uses that decoy to come in safely. So, interesting situation here. I have a potential parry. KAZ knows that. I could easily parry Peck here. If they decoy, it burns my battery, but it means their Tazu is very weak. And I almost think that it's better to just take care of Tazu here, because then what comes in? I'm not sure. Actually, maybe the parry Unbutton is a better play here. I really think what they'll do is decoy, kind of burning my parry and getting something from it. So maybe a Flourish Unbutton is the better move here. It does burn my battery, but it means that nothing else can come in super safely. Maledictor Tazu, okay. What does that mean? It means that Clint is more of a threat to my Grace. Grace is normally kind of like my Clint go-to, but now I have to worry about taking a strong riding crop once Clint breaks his fleeting locket. The good news is I'm faster than Clint and can get off a peck early. The bad news is that I don't have my battery anymore and Clint is in. Though this is an all physical Clint. Unfortunately, my Jane is hungry. I don't have a way to get rid of that. So maybe it's better to Lullaby here and not break the fleeting locket. And go for that, because I will do more from Lullaby than anything else. 40 from Tired. Okay. I think I need to save. Do I need to save my Peck here? 20, 60. I could force a switch out here from Clint. Okay. KAZ switches out into Kaiban. Kaiban does have that speed drop now. Um, it is threatened out by hand cannon, potentially. No, it doesn't have the speed drop yet. So Jane is not safe here. Grace is also weak to Admire now. I don't know that I'm going to be able to charge up another battery in time. And so I think it's worth chunking Kaiban with hand cannon here, but I can't because I don't have the boost. I don't have the speed drop yet. Could go for... try and stack it onto Sayla, or even Wendell here. Wendell is not safe from Grace. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna bring in Grace here, sack it to the Admire. I think that's gonna be worth it in the end. Because now what I can do is bring in Wendell and get rid of the Thorn Pendant, potentially. Jane is not safe. I don't have a Flourish available. I think Wendell's my only option here. This team is so hard to break by KAZ. Molly is a safe switch in on their end. I don't really have a way to deal with it other than Fashion Advice here. KAZ could parry. Definitely an option. Looks like they probably will. Nope. Just go for straight up attack. Flourish Mentor. No longer tired. Gets the attacks boosted. Very scary. Okay. Very cool play there. I like it. What does KAZ do here? I guess I'll just bribe. Get my hotshot boost. Still have Gloam. Still have Gloam active. Clint is not boosted on initiative though, so I still outspeed on that front. Let's see, but Clint comes in. Almost have my full battery here. I think I go for the Fashion Advice, not the Flaunt. Oh, that's what's happening. He's gonna attack me. I will go down to biting now from Grace. That's really well played. So I don't break that. I have to play around this Grace switch in now. Sayla's my only option here. Need to find an opportunity to get Wendell in and heal up outside of that biting. Let's see. Lullaby is an option here. Switching is an option here from KAZ. I think a parry into a Claymore could potentially do it. Or maybe a potential parry Flicker Glove could do it. I think Grace has to Lullaby, right? So a parry Claymore. You still switch out. Molly goes down. Get my decoy. Okay. What comes in now? Clint. Maybe Grace. think at this point there's not a way for me to charge up a full battery again. So maybe just the round in here is the right play. So I'm not gonna have a way. Escape whip I don't think is gonna do it. Would they button here? They might. I think I need a round end. They go for escape whip. That's smart. It gives them the healing. It brings them into Clint, who can then switch out again for more healing. Okay, but I get a little healing as well. Kind of expected Clint to heal there. Kind of interesting that it didn't. What comes in here on my potential Sayla? I think Jane is the right switch in here. Because I don't plan to get, I don't plan to get a full battery anymore. So whatever comes in, nothing can come in, just hand cannon here. KAZ might have a full battery at the end of this. He'll attack me once, might go down. This might work out. It's gonna be tough, very tough. Sayla needs a way to tear through Grace. KAZ switches out into. Okay, so KAZ is going all in with Clint here. Thinks that Clint can take it with those attack boosts. Might be right. Riding crop practice stick, probably quick foil if I remember correctly. Riding crop's going to do 59, and I cannot double flicker glove in time. I think I need to Claymore flicker glove here. This is gonna be very tight. Claymore. That brings me down. He now has a battery. If Clint has quick foil, I think he uses it, right? I don't quite have enough charge yet to charge up my flicker glove. Dang, very close match. Does have flicker quick foil. That means the next quick foil is going to seal the deal for KAZ. Crazy game, almost broke the Clint team, but wasn't quite enough. Flourish quick foil for the flourished ending. Good game, KAZ. Alright. So it's best of 5. That means I don't have to worry about that Clint team anymore. Let's jump right into the next one. Let's see if we can take down another team. Alright, KAZ's Sayla team this time. Let's see. I like leading Grace here because if they lead something like Eric or even Zale, I can switch in my own Zale and kind of cripple them a little bit more with, okay, the bomb locket breaks. That's actually good for me because now when they fireworks, they will get trapped by my memory locket. This is the team where they had the Eerie Zale with the memory locket, that's right. So I don't use that trick. Instead I use Vivid. But they can now no longer charge up with Eric. Yep, bypass clause just does a little bit. Flashy doesn't matter here. And now's when I have to make kind of a decision. Do I think they'll bypass clause again? Will they fireworks? Either way, Jane is a great switch. Start the timer. Just to keep things moving. Jane's in. If they bypass, they lose some health. Instead they fireworks. Smart play. Predicting my switch there. But it means I am free to decoy. I think is the right move here. Zale comes in. Can decoy. Thankfully will not become locked. They have potential disruption wave here, or peck, or lullaby. All of those, I think Zale is fine to handle. Peck, okay, takes me down. That's a strong peck. That is a max investment peck. Right. But I know 154 from Zale means they can only have up to 84 initiative. What does that mean here? What does that mean I can do? What can I do against this Zale here? Would they have fireworks? 67 max to my Grace. How do I win this game? I need an unbutton. Either unbutton sweep with Grace, though I don't think I've dropped them enough to do that. So I think Window's gonna have to clean it up. The problem is they have two physical attackers with priority. So just a peck here seems pretty good. I'm not too worried about them trapping me. Not too worried about disruption wave. I value the peck here a lot more. And if they switch into something else, it takes the emotional defense drop. Eric comes in. Eric takes the peck. Can't be decreased anymore. Eric is not faster than I am, so I can unbutton very safely. I don't see a downside to that. Yep. Doesn't get the battery charge because Eric is sad. I get the initiative boost. Means now KAZ and I are equal on battery charge. What does KAZ bring in now, though, that can threaten Grace? Not Sayla, not Clint, not Kaiben. I don't know about Zale. Not sure that's going to do it. Because I can just peck freely here. Okay, memory lock it locked. That is fine. You can go for the peck. It's also fine. So I do get that one pip from using the attack, which means I have a parry available now. It also means my unbutton is pretty free. Their peck does not get me. Neither does a fireworks, so I am just going to unbutton here. If they burn a parry, that's okay. It means I have a battery advantage. Alright, what does KAZ do here though? could switch in something like Clint and maybe put on some pressure. But really, without Eric and Zale being threatened out, doesn't have a great answer to my Grace anymore. Okay, I've been pecked once, so Admire is most likely a knockout here. You could Flourish Admire. So I kind of like Lullaby here to punish that. I don't think I want to lose my battery. So I'm going to go ahead and do go for a parry peck. If he flourishes, fine. It means Wendell can come in. Okay, does not go for the flourish. Okay, so I get my decoy. Back up almost to full health. And I can start charging up again. KAZ has a potential parry here to break my decoy, but then after that is kind of stuck. So what does he do now? Sacrifices Kaiban. Kaiban down. Need to be thoughtful or mindful of Sailor Captain plan, healing up Zale potentially. But right now, Grace is happily chilling behind the purple decoy. Clint comes in. Clint most likely either speed ties or is not too threatened by me, but still has to get through a parry first. So I think what I'm going to do is go for a Lullaby to begin with. He could block it with a parry, but chooses not to. That's good for me. Practice Stick breaks my decoy, boosts Clint here. If I remember correctly, this is an all-physical Clint. No speed investment, okay. Which means, what are you gonna do? I don't really do much against my Grace here. Okay, KAZ gives me the victory there. Good game. Really, once Eric went down, wasn't able to break through Grace, I'd say is kind of what happened there. So 1-1. I guess next I will use my Fell team and try and get another, and then we'll take it from there. Awesome. KAZ is a great player. It's always fun to play against them. Always makes great reads. Do I lead Fell here? Not great against Clint. I think I'd leave Fell no matter what. Just to know what they're working with. Get my Perceptive boost. Let's see, Fleeting Locket, same set as before. They get a free Practice Stick here. Actually, Quick Foil doesn't get me. Practice Stick only gets me to 50. Is it worth going for the Fireworks? Not really. Not really. Rather chip with Kaiban. Thorn Pendant. Okay. What comes in here against Kaiban? Eric or Zale potentially. This is what happened last time as Zale switched in. So what do I do there? In Am I okay using riding crop? Yeah, I think actually Sele is safe here. Eric can switch in. That's cool. Free to. This was not Gloam Eric, right? It was Bomb Locket Eric. So Flicker Glove is pretty safe. Kaibet can come in. Gives me a free round end. Chip damage. What does Kaiben do here against me? Spiked Club, Admire. Both I'm fine with Tazu taking. Spike Club, not going to do a ton. Gets that backlash. I heal from Lucky Pendant. Firewall. Let's see. If I Firewall here, does it let me take down... Let me take down Zale efficiently without losing Tazu too easily. I think the answer is yes. I think it's yes there. Maybe it's better to pop-ups first. Let Eric come in. Eric has Bomb Locket. Maybe was expecting a lunch invite there. I'm gonna go ahead and Firewall though, because Tazu kind of is my main Eric switch in. Okay, get the Firewall. Okay, what's next? Potential Flourish does not KO my Tazu from Fireworks. I have pop-ups on the field. They have potential Flourish Disruption Wave. They have potential Flourish Disruption Wave. Am I okay with that happening? Yes. Zale comes in, takes pop-ups. I will get my Memory Locket here. I knew that was coming, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I can still trade here somewhat effectively. Can go for the bribe. Okay with the peck here. Chunk with bribe. Okay, looks like KAZ has some emotional defense investment there. Yep. No initiative. Invest. Peck doesn't get the KO. Question is, does KAZ try to Disruption Wave here? And they might. I think I'm gonna go for pop-ups. Yeah, they go for Disc Wave. Clear my pop-ups, which I can just reset. And now I am no longer locked. And still have pop-ups on the field. So Tazu is almost forced to Disruption Wave again. But I can just bribe. Goes for a Shriek. Okay. That means when Fel comes in, that that means when Fel comes in, when Zell goes down, pop-ups are here to stay, most likely, unless they get an opportunity to diswave with Eric. I could also Flicker Glove, but that allows Kaiben to come in. The last option is Eric, which I kind of like here, because he doesn't like switching into Eric at all, and Eric can give me some extra charge for free with this Fireworks. Yes, parry's an option from KAZ. I wouldn't expect it, because it doesn't really gain him too much other than, doesn't gain them too much other than getting the pop-ups off the field. So what does KAZ bring out now? KAZ has Clint. This is a slow Clint? Yep. Slow Clint, but I'm a slow Eric. Practice stick is fairly free on their end. That's fine. I could also parry and do something like Disruption Wave or Fireworks here. All not bad. Okay, KAZ switches out. Brings in Eric. Wants to get that Disruption Wave off. Guess he doesn't like pop-ups on the field. I have Tenacious still active here. I'm very tempted. Very tempted to let Kaiben take all that damage and then return back with Blackjack. Another option is to parry here. The option is to parry here in Blackjack. I would still have a battery left over, and his main way of beating my Kaiben would be off the field. Okay, goes for the Fireworks. Survive with Tenacious. Gets the healing from Captain Plan. Very cool play, KAZ. Bomb Locket triggers. Okay. Kind of in the same position here now. But now my Kaiben is no longer a wall to his physical attackers. So, a little bit hurt by that. His Eric is faster than my Eric. I don't think it's worth my parry again, because he just heals again. So what do I do here? If he burns the Fireworks, if he burns the battery on Flourish on maybe my switch into Eric or to Sayla, Sayla is not winning the game for me here. Okay. KAZ is smart, chooses not to use the battery there. Gets a ton of charge from that. What do I do now? I can Disruption Wave. Even with the heal, might be worth it. Alternatively, I can just Riding Crop here, or Fireworks. Kind of like Fireworks as an option. Okay, so get my Perceptive boost. I can Fireworks, Flourish Fireworks. Additionally, I can just, yeah, I need to Flourish here just in case he goes for the parry, just in case Eric goes for the parry. What now? We can flourish fireworks. We are super threatened by Sayla here. And Sayla is very free to flourish their attack. I think we're a little bit forced to bring in Kaiban here, just for that extra chip damage onto... Yep. So it does go with the flourish. Glad we kind of saved Fell there, but now we're really weak to the priority moves of KAZ. So if we bring in Fell, the same thing's gonna happen. That flicker glove. Same with Eric here though, and Clint does have quick foil in the back. It's gonna be very tricky. That flicker glove has to be flourished in order to get the knockout onto Fell, which is notable. Might need to sack Eric here to the Sayla. What needs to happen is KAZ needs to use another flourish flicker glove here. We need to sack Eric, bring Fell back in, who can then survive against one unflourished flicker glove. It's gonna be tight though. I think KAZ has enough in the back to defeat me no matter what. But I think that's my only out here, unless we predict KAZ to not flourish, in which case fireworks is the play. But we're just gonna go with this play. Looks like he chooses to flourish, okay. But I think KAZ, if they play the right way, they will see that they have to switch out here. Or not even switch out, but yeah, they have to switch out here. I have to parry. They know I have to parry. If I fireworks, I still have a battery though. Even after doing that. If they switch out, they lose Kaiban or Eric. They have the battery charge. Very tricky play here. Kaiban in. At least I make that call. But now they have the battery charge, they can just flourish Flicker Glove or flourish Quick Foil for the win. Yeah, they have the battery charge, I can't do anything about it. Unfortunately, that's game. Well played, KAZ. I think maybe if I hadn't sacrificed Kaiban earlier to Eric, maybe it switched out there. Played kind of like sacrificed my Eric or something. Would have been more threatening against these two physical fighters in the end. But Eric, that double switch from Eric, or to Eric when I switched in Kaiban really was a kind of the game-winning move from KAZ in my opinion. So well played there. So we will jump right in. I lost with that team, so let's see if we can win this next one. KAZ needs one more match off of me to take this tournament. KAZ has to know he's got they're going up against this team. Chooses to go with the Tazu team, Tazu captain team. Tazu, Farhan, Kaiban, Odette, Lise. We will lead Fel. Figure out what their team is doing here. Tazu always threatening. Firewall, lunch invite, make decoy. So pretty much has a free decoy here. Only real way is my Eric. I think Eric is fine here. Go for the firewall. Potential lunch invite coming after this. I think it would be best if I disruption wave here. Really don't want them getting extra charge. Deck comes in. Might be an issue if they make me sad as well. Let's see what they are. Topaz Locket, okay. And looks like Compersion it. So I am able to get rid of that if I need to. The pop-ups with Disruption Wave, but they threaten a physical attack now. So very cool play, going to Odette. Kaiban good defensively, but doesn't really do much to threaten Odette out. So I'm going to bring in Sayla here. I'll eat the pop-ups and the Topple Hammer. Probably the best thing for me to do here is just round end. They could Pester Bomb, but then they're risking a Flicker Glove to the face. If they Pester Bomb, it means their next switch in is Kaiban, in which case I can bring in Eric and Disruption Wave on that switch. Go for Tamper, so pretty much hard countered here by round end. See if they are some like I was gonna say let's see if they're Back Pocket Locket, but we already revealed Topaz Locket, so I'm not too worried about that anymore. Round end gives me another free switch into Fel. They actually don't have priority on this team unless they have Escape Whip or something like Alarm Pendant, which is always a threat. Let's see, Fel can come in, get the boost. Okay, so now I have a physical boost, I have a digital boost, and I get to see what Ferran has up his sleeve. Lunch Invite. Topple Hammer is very free, so is Lunch Invite. I think Sayla can come in here. Eat a Lunch Invite, or a Topple Hammer. And then round in. So what could happen? Lise could come in with Infuriating and block my round in. That wouldn't be a huge deal, because then I threaten with Claymore. Ferran could hit me again with a nice attack. Looks like Kaiban could come in. Maybe predicting me to switch out there or attack. But I am free to bring in Fel once again for that free boost and maybe some more intelligence on someone else in their team. Take this one kind of slow. Set Fel up for a nice little win. Sweep at the end. Let's see what Lise has. I can only do this so many times because of those pop-ups, but I know Fireworks admire Tidy now with investment in digital attack. Fireworks would hurt here, but it does give me a way to clear pop-ups now. So I have an option here. I can Disruption Wave or I can rebuild. What rebuild allows me to do is switch in again with Eric. Disruption wave, most likely Odette's coming in here, but it's possible at least could stay in and just fireworks again. Either way, I think I'm going to rebuild. Just make sure I keep Eric healthy because right now he's my main switch in to both Tazu and Lise. So eat the fireworks. Can now disruption wave again. Not threatened by a flourish. Fireworks here. Can clear these pop-ups. Take a little pressure off of my switching strategy. So because KAZ kind of has a slower team here, this might actually KO Eric now that I attacked. Yep. Need to worry about that Tazu captain plan. Now that, well, because KAZ kind of has a slower team, it means Fel is a lot more threatening. No priority attacks. So I really need to take advantage of that. Flourish Fireworks here takes care of Lise. Odette is free to come in now. That's it really, because anyone else I can just rebuild or switch out. Yep, Odette is in. Odette is sad. Odette is likely not faster than I am, but threatens with Topple Hammer. I think in this case, a Kaiban switch, just to switch things up and potentially get some chip damage from that Thorn Pendant onto Odette, makes sense. Tamper's been used, potentially Pester Bomb or something like Rust Spray can be used here. I don't expect another Topple Hammer. Escape Whip maybe. But either way, I think Fel is a fine switch here. Really don't. I would be amazed if KAZ went for a Topple Hammer. Flourish Pester Bomb. Gives me tired. Not the worst outcome, but also not the best. Because now I only have basically 2 more uses of attacking with Fel. So I gotta make them count. Here I have a free riding crop. KAZ knows that. If I flourish, I lose Fel here. What do I expect? I expect Ferran or Kaiban to come in here. Both of those really don't like Eric or Tazu. I think that Eric is going to be a little bit stronger here as a switch. KAZ might just sack Odette here. Okay, decides to just sack Odette. But what that does is allows me to bring in Sayla again. And go straight for a Flourish Claymore. So you're faster here. You could Pester Bomb. But I think Kaiban is an easy switch for KAZ. And so dropping the defense of Kaiban allows maybe Sayla to clean up in the end. Instead, KAZ just really wants to get rid of Odette, and I am over predicting. That's fine. Not the worst outcome. Odette was my main threat against Tazu, so maybe Tazu can clean up here, or at least chip things enough so that Fel can end the game into 2 attacks. Ferran comes in. Ferran can't take me out in 1 hit, and so I'm somewhat free to round end here. Topple hammer. Okay. Let's see. I think that Tazu. I think Ferran is a decent switch in or kind of lead here with KAZ or Tazu. Both I could maybe chip down with Tazu. This Tazu I'm a little more worried about. I think I'd rather have Fel here in case they do go for Tazu here. If not, I get that boost. Don't really lose too much from it. This means that now I can, if I flourish fireworks here, I'm faster than you. I flourish fireworks, I lose Fel, but I also get rid of Ferran. Does Ferran lunch invite here? Is the question. I think Sayla's always my switch. It's a bribe. I am free to flourish round end. My other option is to Claymore. Just do a ton of damage. If I do that, no, I think I need Sayla for Tazu at the end. Okay. Sayla means that now Fel can come in, or Tazu. Switch it up a little bit. Ferran comes in. What happens here? A firewall could happen here, is what I could do. That firewall makes me a little bit stronger against KAZ's Tazu in the endgame, if I'm able to heal up again. Potential parry option here. If KAZ goes for a parry topple hammer, we'll do 30. Won't survive another one, but I'll have another battery. Parry topple hammer. I'm faster here. I think it's correct to bring in Kaiban here. Topple does 24, deal 20 back. Okay. And a blackjack here seems decent. KAZ could go for a lunch invite. Could also go for a bribe. I do see a lunch invite coming out here. Makes sense. But now what I can do is either flourish heart to heart on something switching in. Bribe does 30 to me. It chips me pretty effectively. So I think actually the Sayla switch here It's a little bit stronger. Okay, lunch invite means I go down to 32. You can flourish topple hammer if I go for a regular round in, but I don't have a regular round in left. So I have to flourish Flicker Glove or flourish Claymore, both of which seem... I think I like flourish Flicker Glove more. No, flourish Claymore here. Mostly because I expect him to switch out to Kaiban, and if not, it takes care of Faran here. The only thing I was worried about was the parry, but it looks like KAZ is valuing that battery a little bit more than I thought they would. Okay. What comes out here now? I think either way, Tazu is kind of... Sayla's kind of done here. It's better for me just to get the damage from Claymore and the battery charge from the attack. I outspeed guaranteed. The only thing KAZ could do here is potentially decoy would be annoying. Yep. Okay, decoy. Decoy here makes sense. Let's see. Their Tazu has some initiative investment more than my own, so I am going down to Firewall. What does that mean? Get Fireworks to gain a charge. Go down to their own Firewall and try to win with Tazu somehow. I would have a parry available after that, but so would they. They would have a battery. Tazu doesn't outspeed. Kaiban doesn't outspeed. That might be the game, actually. Yeah, I think KAZ gets it here, because even if I switch out, sack, like Tazu, get a charge, switch, fell back in, what does that do for me? Sack Kaiban again, get a charge. I have a full battery, but so does KAZ, so yeah, I think this is game, unfortunately. Really well played by KAZ. Really fun matches. Really fun tournament. Shout out to Small Grunt for setting up the tournament and running it. I know they're in a different time zone and it can be crazy. So I will play to the end just for fun. Go for the parry Firewall. KAZ has a really easy, crit Firewall here. And that is game. So my drop matches were against the #1 place. Pretty satisfied with the games today. Had a lot of fun playing. Kind of wish I had, I don't know, maybe worked up a surprise team to sneak in here, but sometimes when you go to a tournament, you just want to play with teams that you're really familiar with, that you have a lot of games with, so you can be prepared for a lot of different matches back to back. Good game.